I'm Elli. I'm a long-distance hiker and backpacker. In January of 2025, I did something very new for me. I ran my first ultramarathon. And not just any race. I took part in the Challenger South of the Winter Spine races, an unsupported 108-mile-long race on the Pennine Way from Edale to Hawes.
We're almost there. This is almost Kingston upon Hull already. We had a really comfortable crossing. I slept for almost 10 hours and yeah, I really feel rested now. And we're in England. It's still dark outside, but we made it to Yorkshire.
I knew it would be tough and had been preparing for this race for months, running hundreds of miles and dialing in my kit. Excited and nervous, I made my way to the Peak District to start what would turn out to be my biggest challenge yet. Otto. Good morning everyone and welcome to a new video. Guess where we are? You probably already recognize it. We're in Edale in the Peak District. I'm not alone this time. I have Otto and my boyfriend as emotional support. Because as you've seen in the last video, I'm going to attempt the spine race, the Challenger South of the Winter Spine races. Tomorrow, it starts tomorrow morning in almost 24 hours. We got to Edale yesterday in the evening. We arrived with the ferry in Kingston upon Hull and then we had a beautiful day exploring Lincoln, which I've never been to before, but so many people suggested that. So yeah, we did that and really enjoyed the little beautiful city, the cathedral there. And then we drove to Edale and we're staying on the campsite there in a camper van. And today is a bit of an off day, rest day. I'm going to need to do the registration for the race later today in the afternoon, like get my gear checked, get my race number, but we still have a couple of hours and as you can see, it's so beautiful. It's really glorious seeing Edale, the Peak District, covered in snow. The snow is supposed to start melting probably tomorrow or the day after, so yeah, I hope it won't be that bad. But yeah, still obviously I'm very nervous for the race. But yeah, if you're just walking through on a little walk, it's just beautiful. We're just about to get some coffee and breakfast at the Penny Pot Cafe, which is such a beautiful cafe in Edale. And then we're probably going to go for a little walk, maybe up Mum Tor, depending on the conditions, if that's okay for Otto. And yeah, really excited to be back, really excited to see the Peak District again. So let's go! Wow, look at this. This is absolutely stunning. Wow! Ooh, I'm getting so excited now for the race. Wow, this is so beautiful, and apparently the weather is supposed to be very similar, at least for tomorrow and maybe even the day after. So yeah, I really can't wait now. I was a bit anxious about the snow and ice, and obviously I don't know how it is to walk up a Kinder Plateau, but this is the path up to Mum Tor. And as you can see, there's snow, but obviously a lot of people have walked through here. Wow, look at that. This is incredible. It's so beautiful. Oh, look at that. A lot of gear. I'm now on my way to the registration to hopefully pass the kit check and everything and get my race number and drop off my drop bag, like my resupply bag. That I can access at the checkpoint. I'm so excited, but I'm also so nervous now. I really hope I have all the kit that was on the list and yeah, didn't forget anything. It's getting serious now.
Drop back here, we're waiting for you. What do you want to eat?
Ooh, it's getting serious now. I just registered for the race and I passed the kit check. Everything was fine. I got my picture taken. And I just had my pre-race briefing as well, so I'm all good to go. I just need to pack my race pack. Then I'm going to have a lot of pasta this evening and an early bedtime.
and then I see you tomorrow. This is it, race morning. It's 6:30 and I just got a tea to warm up. It's I think -6 or -7 degrees right now, and there's a bit of mist in the valley down here, but I think it's going to be a beautiful day and yeah, really excited. Let's go!
Okay, one last thing. Just be safe out there. Look after yourself and look after each other. Okay? Make sure everyone's okay out there on the course. 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
And I'm off. Wow, this is so beautiful. Perfect conditions, wow. Look at the light, it's so stunning. Ooh. I can't believe that I'm back on the Pennine Way now after 1.5 years. Oh, this feels incredible. I don't even know what to say. Look at that, it's the most perfect day. I don't know about the condition up on Kinder Plateau where I'm heading now, but just the light, the crisp air, seeing the mountains, this is just gorgeous. I'm so happy just being on my own, enjoying the landscape. Wow, this is so beautiful already. Ooh, 1 hour done, almost 5 kilometers, and I'm at the end of the Edale Valley, and this is the climb up Jacob's Ladder up to Kinder Plateau. This is so fantastic. Oh, this is so beautiful. Just walking here, enjoying this beautiful nature, the beautiful views. Oh, couldn't be happier. Wow, this is so cool. And so far the snow hasn't been too deep. I mean, it is over there, but obviously up on Kinder Plateau, the way to Kinder Low, there are obviously a lot of people, hill walkers that walk here or have walked here all week probably, so yeah, the path is a bit trampled down, compressed, which is nice. Ooh, this is Kinder Low, the trick point. Two hours into the race and 9.3 kilometers done, and it is a bit hard going in places on the plateau because the snow is not compacted everywhere obviously, but it's so beautiful. And because it's still the start of the race, I thought I might share my biggest concerns or biggest fears, and then we can find out later if they will actually be true or if there maybe will be some other problems for me that I don't even realize yet. But for me right now, I think the biggest issue could be my knee. It's totally fine now, but obviously I don't know how this will be after a lot of kilometers. So that could be an issue. And apart from that, I think the biggest issue for me will be the long hours of the night. I mean, I've hiked in the night before obviously, but not like for 12 hours in the dark. So I think this will be very interesting and probably very hard physically and even more so mentally. So yeah, I'm a bit afraid of the night because everything is nice and beautiful and you have beautiful views to compensate for the hard work. But at night, when it's cold, the sun won't be out and it's dark, navigation might be obviously way more difficult. So yeah, I'm a bit nervous about that. Ooh, this coming down here was actually the first real hard bit so far, because the snow was very loose and kind of deep as well. And also this hill, it doesn't look that bad, but it's very steep. I even remember it from summer from 1.5 years ago. That was so steep, almost going like straight up. So yeah, really happy that I'm down on the other side. As you can see, we made it off Kinder Plateau now. And I think it's going to be a bit more level now for the next couple of kilometers. So I finally made it to Snake Pass, which is right here. I think I'm going to have another snack there, and then it's up and over Pliclo and then down to Torside and Kronen. The snow is starting to melt a little bit and gets a bit softer, but still, as you can see, it's quite slow going, not even hard or anything, but just slow going and a bit more a bit more tiring than it would be without the snow. Quite slow going now. This is now getting really muddy and really wet, because it's probably 1 or 2 or even 3 degrees right now, so you can really feel the snow melting. I've made it to the top of Pliclo. 20 kilometers done. So yeah, a bit over 10%, which feels great, but also not a lot. It's definitely slow going, as you can see. The snow is not really compacted here. Kind of loose, a bit icy here and there. Look at that, there's probably going to be a lot more of that over the next couple of days if the snow is melting even more. Ooh. Not long now. This is Torside down there, and then it's up Ladder Rocks and up to Black Hill, and I think after that it will get a lot easier until I'm in Hatton Bridge. Also, there's, now that we're going lower, there's a lot less snow, which is really nice. Really hoping to make a bit of quicker progress, to have a bit of easier walking. 6.5 hours in, and I've made it to Torside almost. Apparently there's tea and coffee offered by the mountain rescue team in Torside here, so yeah, really excited to have a warm tea and maybe use the toilet if they have one. So far I'm feeling pretty good, but it was quite tough going over Pliclo and Kinder. The snow was quite deep in places, and yeah, it took a bit longer than I thought it would, and it was a bit hard going. But yeah, overall, still feeling great. I just had a hot coffee and put my warmer layer back on, and now I'm on my way up to Ladder Rocks. I have decided to basically set myself like mini goals And right now I'm trying to get up and over ladder rocks and hopefully up to Black Hill before it gets dark. I have about an hour and a half, something like that. So hopefully I can do most of that stretch while it's still light. And then the next big goal that I'm really looking forward to is Nikki's Food Bar that I've been to before. It's basically a snack van where the Pennine Way crosses the M6 or M62 I think, and she offers burgers and drinks, so I'm really looking forward to go there. It's at kilometer 51 I think, so yeah, another 23, 24 to do until I get there, but yeah, so far so good. I'm making progress, not very fast or anything, but yeah, at least I'm still walking. It's really beautiful. I'm still climbing up ladder rocks and it's a bit steeper than I remember it, but I'm almost at the top now. It's 3:30 now, so I think it's going to get dark really soon. So I think I'm going to get my headlamp out, and yeah, a bit scared of this first night on the race, but yeah, here we go. I'm still somewhere between Ladder Rocks and Black Hill, and this area is a bit more tricky for navigation because it goes over a little stream a couple of times and it's kind of hard to see now in the dark. So yeah, really happy once I'm up Black Hill, which is over there, because the path is a lot better there. Oh, look at that. I've made it to Black Hill. The snow is pretty deep and yeah, it's really tough going. Ooh. It's 6:30 now, so I'm on the race for 10.5 hours, and yeah, this going over Kinder and Pliclo and Black Hill has been quite hard, and I'm getting a bit tired now. Luckily it's not that cold. It's supposed to drop to -1, -2 tonight, so yeah, not too bad, especially when you're moving. Yeah, not feeling cold at all. The snow is pretty deep. In some places, like here, it's okay, and in some places, I don't know if you can see that, but in some places, especially up there, it's almost knee deep. So yeah, it's quite hard, quite slow going. You probably can't see a lot, but I'm just walking up to Standedge, and I just had a tea at the mountain rescue little station tent at Standedge, and apparently I saw a sign. Apparently it's only 6 kilometers now to get to Nikki's Food Bar, and after that it's only 19 to the checkpoint in Heckenbridge. So yay! 52 kilometers down. I just passed White Hill and now it's all downhill. I think it's just 1 mile or so to get to Nikki's Food Bar, and I can't wait to have a burger now and a Coke or something like that. I'm getting quite tired. Yeah, it's just getting a bit harder now mentally to keep going. But yeah, it's not even 1/3 done. So yeah, definitely getting a bit harder now. I'm still feeling okay. I don't have any bigger like knee issues or anything, but I can really feel, especially now in the night, that it's getting more and more hard mentally, to keep going. There's, I don't know, it's beautiful to be out and to walk, but at the same time it's getting a bit monotonous, and obviously it's taking me a lot longer than I thought it would. So it's almost 2 a.m. and I've been out now on the trail, on the race for almost 18 hours, and I think I'm just hitting my first real low. I'm so tired. I don't know. I think it's more like a mental thing. At this point I don't have any like bigger issues. I have 2 blisters that I'm going to treat once I'm at the checkpoint, but I think it's not too bad yet. But mentally it's just, I don't know, it's so hard. I'm feeling so exhausted, and I think the main thing is that I know that it's not even halfway, and I don't know, I'm so much slower than I thought I would be, and I don't know, it's quite cold now, it's windy, it's snowing, and I don't know, I think this is my first real low, and there's such a big part of me that wants to retire at the checkpoint. But yeah, I'm not there yet, so I don't have to make a decision just yet. I think I'm just going to the checkpoint, sitting down, getting my feet up, having some food, having a rest, and yeah. Oh, this is definitely really hard now. I'm there, I made it to the checkpoint in Hepton Bridge, but oh my gosh, this was such a steep hill hiking down, and I don't even want to think about that. I have to hike all the way up again in just a few hours. This is really so hard mentally right now. It's officially day 2 of the race. It's 6 a.m. right now, and I'm just walking through Hepton Bridge. I just left the checkpoint there. I spent about 3 hours there. I had a shower, a hot shower. I changed into dry clothes. I treated my blisters, and I had a little nap. I didn't really sleep, but I just wasn't that tired, like not to the point where I could go sleep with all the people around. As you can probably tell, I'm feeling much better. I was almost in tears when I got to the checkpoint. I don't know, it was just so exhausting. My feet were hurting. I've been walking in wet shoes, wet socks for over 18 hours, and yeah, my feet were just a mess. So yeah, let them air out, treated my blisters. I'm feeling a lot better, but still the thought that I have to do the same again and even more, like almost 100 kilometers exactly, is still a bit scary. But the sun will go up in 2 hours, so I think it will get easier during the day. Wow, this is so beautiful. Look at that. Oh, cute. This has been quite hard, as hard as I remembered it. 3 very steep climbs back to back, out of Hepton, then out of Hepton again. If I remember correctly, the terrain will be a bit more level once I'm up on the moor, and then there are a couple of more reservoirs to walk along, and yeah, then it should get a bit easier.
I don't know if you could see that on my footage that I filmed last night when it was dark. But basically this has been the situation all day yesterday. Like walking on snow, sometimes compacted like this, but sometimes you step in like knee deep. Wow, this is incredibly beautiful. Wow. Oh, I'm so happy. It's slow going again. Look at these deep holes. Oh. Wow, this is really hard, and as you can see, the visibility is going away too. This is so slow going and really frustrating. Oh shit. This is a bit scary now. Almost a complete whiteout. I can barely see the tracks where the other runners have gone. Ooh, this is really difficult. Ooh, shit. I finally made it to Top Withens, which is the ruin over there. And as you can see, there are no views whatsoever, but from here I am heading down to Pond and Reservoir. So I hope that if I go a bit lower, that the visibility will come back at least a little bit. I'm getting a bit nervous and anxious, I don't know, because this is very hard. It's so slow going. I can't even imagine doing this at night if it's still this foggy, because it's very hard to see with the headlamp. I don't know, I'm not in the best headspace right now, because I'm not even 100 kilometers down. I mean almost, but not yet. So realizing that I have to do so much more it's really hard at the moment. It's really hard. I'm up on the Ekonskår more, and I think this is the highest point, and after that it's downhill to Cowling. This is really so tough and so slow going, and I'm really starting to get tired and frustrated. It's very hard mentally right now, because I feel like I don't make any progress and everything's so slow, and I'm just tired. I don't know if I can actually finish this, because it's so much harder than expected with these conditions, and I'm just tired. I'm going so slow. It's 1:30 and I haven't made it to Cowling yet. I mean, I've almost made it now, but it took so long and it's so exhausted. I already cried a couple of times, and I don't know, it's really hard. Everything is hard. The visibility has been pretty bad up on the moors. Then the snow, the melting snow, and when there's no snow there's like knee-deep mud and bog, and this is very hard. Ooh, there really is either snow or this. I made it to Cowling and checked in there and refilled my water,
but I didn't take a longer break because apparently it's just 3 kilometers on, so right now maybe only 1.5 kilometers. There's Lauderdale, and apparently there's a sports club or something like that that offers hot drinks and sandwiches, and they apparently have a little tent and blankets for a little rest. As you can see, it's very, very foggy. I'm really a bit afraid of going into the night because obviously it will not be easy to see something. Yeah, this will be quite interesting, but as you can see, I'm feeling a bit better because I got to talk to a couple of people at the checkpoint, and this is really something that's so nice about the race so far. There's so many friendly, kind volunteers that offer you drinks, everything. Making sure that you're not walking on without your poles. This is really nice and definitely lifted my spirits a lot. So Chris and Elaine, if you're seeing that, thanks so much. Really appreciate the encouragement and everything that you're doing. And all the other volunteers as well. After Lauderdale, I think there's one, if I remember correctly, Beacon Hill, I think, just past the village. There's one climb to go up and over Beacon Hill, but after that I think it's going to get a bit easier. It's mainly over farmland, which of course will be very muddy because it's low level, so I don't know if that's going to be better, but at least there's not a lot of elevation. And then my next big stop is Gargrave. Ooh, things have suddenly become a bit dramatic. When I was having my break, there was some people from the race organization who basically told me and a couple of other runners that we're at serious risk of being pulled from the race. Apparently a lot of people behind us have already pulled from the race because the conditions apparently going over Fountains Fell are extremely hard, and even the front runners have been going very, very slow. So they think, based on the data, that we might not make it to the end in time in 60 hours. So I don't know what that means. It's basically me and a couple of other runners who still might have the chance. I mean, we're not out of the cut-offs yet, but they might change cut-off times, and with that we realistically won't have the chance of arriving on time. It's a race, it's the regulations, I get that, but I've been trying so hard, and I was slow going, but everyone was slow going, so I don't know what that means because it's really effed with my head, to be honest. Because I don't know if it's worth hiking or running a lot faster now to make up for the time I lost this morning. I mean, I am trying. I'm going a lot faster now. I'm trying to make up for the time that I've lost, but still this feels very weird, and I don't know, I'm a bit out of the flow now because now it feels like I'm being chased, and I don't know, I kind of lose not interest but my motivation because I feel like, okay, it might be over just like that at the next crossroad. Someone might be there and pull me from the race, even though I still have over 24 hours, and I don't know, but obviously they know the course very well, but I don't know, it feels a bit weird, to be honest. But for now I'm just going to run and hike a lot faster. I'm just leaving Gargrave now. As you can see, I'm still on the race. I ran quite fast, especially considering that I already hiked for 120 kilometers and only had a 1 hour nap. So I really put some effort in and got my pace up. I just
had food from the co-op in Gargrave, and now I'm back on the Pennine Way heading towards Malham. I'm actually feeling pretty good. I have no knee problems, no blister problems, nothing. It just feels great. So yay! It's almost 11 p.m. and I've been walking for another 2 hours, and I think I've made a decision. Not an easy one, and I'm so annoyed with myself. But over the last couple of miles, this decision has become very clear, and I think I need to listen to my body and not push through. I think when I get to Malham in a couple of kilometers, I'm going to retire from the race. I don't have any issues with my knees, my blisters are fine too, but because I'm so tired, the sleep deprivation has really kicked in. I didn't sleep for almost 48 hours. I only had a couple of minutes of nap at the checkpoint, and this is now the second night, and I don't know, I just feel dizzy. I feel like I can't make any real rational decisions anymore, which obviously is not great, especially now. Once I'm in Malham, I'm going to head up Malham Cove and then up and over Fountains Fell, which is quite serious walking again. There will probably be still a lot of snow up there, so I really need my concentration for that. But I can't wait for the morning either, because I'm running behind because of the challenging conditions, so I can't take any bigger breaks. I just don't have time because of the cut-offs. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I'm so annoyed, but at the same time, this is probably silly, because this is just my ego that is annoyed, because I fought so hard and I was ready to quit a couple of times, and it was so hard mentally and physically, and I came so far. So yeah, I think I should be really proud of myself. I think I have to be sensible now, because I don't want to put myself at risk or mountain rescue at risk. It's just not worth it, not because of my ego, but yeah, still obviously I came this far, 130 kilometers, so yeah, really bummed, but yeah, I guess it is what it is. I've made it to Malham, and yeah, I'm going to drop out. This is really difficult and I'm so sad, but yeah, I know it's for the best, and yeah, there's always another time. Good morning everyone. It would be day 3 of the race, but yeah, as you've seen in the video yesterday, I had to retire yesterday night at 11:30 in Malham, and as you can probably tell, I'm sad, I'm really disappointed, but yeah, it is what it is. I was just, I don't know, I was so tired, and I was like basically falling asleep. I had to sit on a rock several times and just close my eyes for half a minute, because I was so like dizzy. I didn't feel like myself, and I could feel that I wasn't able to make really rational decisions. So to say, I was like in a tunnel, and it just didn't feel right, because obviously the terrain, I'm up Malham Cove now. We slept in the van in the village, and now we just went for a little walk, stretch my legs, and yeah, go for a walk with Otto.
if you're heading up towards Tarn and then Fountains-Fell, the terrain is trickier again, and then it was night. I was running not behind but really slow, so I didn't really have the option of taking a longer sleeping break. Yeah, I don't know, it was just different than I had expected because I was so slow going, and that resulted in me not having a lot of time at the checkpoint in Hepton Bridge to get some good sleep. So yeah, it was just too much overall. Yeah, I went 40 hours basically without sleep, and yeah, I just couldn't do it any longer. Yeah, in other circumstances I would have slept in Hepton Bridge for 4 to 5 hours, and then it probably would have been fine to go through the second night. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm still very proud of how far I've come, especially in these conditions. And yeah, it wasn't easy. It was hard mentally. I came very close to quitting several times just because it was so unbelievably hard, but I pushed through. But in the end, yeah, I just had to listen to my body, which I think is always the best thing to do. There were a lot of people that had to drop out to retire from the race, which I think shows that, yeah, it wasn't just something that you're not prepared or not used to these conditions, but it was just very, very hard, and a lot of people, like even fast runners, struggled. So yeah, I think that's totally fine. And yeah, as you can see, even though I slept for several hours, I probably look very rough still. Obviously I can still feel my body is just like tired. I can feel it in my legs, but yeah, overall I don't feel too bad. And who knows, there's always a next time, next year maybe. I don't know. Yeah, this is it for this video. I really hope you've enjoyed watching the race, watching my experience, even though I didn't finish in the end. But yeah, I still hope you liked the video. Let me know what you think about it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your kind words. You're cheering me on, watching my dot. This means so much and really helped me through the tough moments when I was at the checkpoint, just looking on my phone, seeing all the messages. That means so much. So thank you. I'm really grateful to have this loving and supporting community. And yeah, then that's it for today, and I see you very soon. Bye.